student, today we will discuss informations conveyed by the chemical equation and how to make equations more informative. First topic, information conveyed by a chemical equation, and second topic, how to make equations more informative. Firstly, we are discuss informations conveyed by the chemical equation. Now discuss first point, give symbols and formula of reactant and product. Equations, symbol and formula of reactant and product are given. Okay. Second point is which substance or substances are taking part in a reactions. In equations, it also given which type of substance take part in chemical reaction as a reactant. As like here in this equation, calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid. Calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid take part in this chemical reaction and produce calcium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Give relative number of atoms, moles of reactant that take part in a chemical reaction. For example given here, 2H2O plus O2 produce 2H2O, 2H2 plus O2 produce 2H2O. That means here the number of atoms, 2 2s are 4 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen take part in chemical reaction and produce 2 molecules of water. Okay. Next point, tell us the relative numbers of atoms and molecules of product formed in a reaction. Same condition. In this equation, 4 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen as a reactant take part in chemical reaction and produce as a product 2 molecules of water. Okay. Next point. So the ratio of moles of reactant and product. A equation also represent the ratio of moles. How? The numbers, the stoichiometric coefficient which are written here represent the number of moles. Here stoichiometric coefficient is 2, then 2 mole hydrogen. Here stoichiometric coefficient is 1, so 1 mole oxygen. Produce here stoichiometric coefficient is 2, then the 2 mole of H2. That means 2 mole of hydrogen and 1 mole of oxygen produce 2 mole of water. Okay. Tell us ratio of moles of reactant and product. Tell us ratio of moles of reactant and product. Same thing, 2 mole of hydrogen, 1 mole of oxygen produce 2 mole of H2. And the mass of hydrogen, you know that molecular mass of hydrogen is H2, molecular mass of H2 is 1 hydrogen, atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Here 2 hydrogen, then mass 2 mu. But here 2 molecule of hydrogen is present. That means the mass involved in this reaction is 4 gram. Okay. You know that the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. But here 2 atoms of oxygen involved. That means the mass of oxygen that involved in this reaction is 32 gram. Here 2 molecule of water. The molar mass of water H2O 2 mass 2 plus 16, that is equal to 18. That means 1 molecule of water have 18 molecular mass. But here 2 molecule of water, that means the molecular mass that involved in this reaction is 36 gram. Means 4 gram in this reaction, 4 gram hydrogen gas and 32 gram oxygen gas react each others and produce 36 gram H2. Now, the stoichiometric coefficient of any reactions also represent the volume. Here, the stoichiometric coefficient 2, that means here the volume is 2 volume of hydrogen, and here 1 stoichiometric coefficient means 1 volume of oxygen. Here stoichiometric coefficient is 2, that means 2 volume of H2. That means in this reaction 2 volume of hydrogen gas and 1 volume of oxygen gas react each other and produce 2 volume of H2O. That means water. But in case of STP, standard temperature pressure, you know that hydrogen at standard temperature, hydrogen is gas, oxygen gas. If water in the form of vapor, then we know that the volume of 1 mole of any substance, gaseous substance or vapor substance. Always remember, the mole of 1 mole of any gas or vapor is equal to 22.4 liter. 4 liter at STP. Okay. So that means here 2 volume is 2 into 22.4, because every volume of gas contain 22.4 liter. Here 2 volume or 2 moles, that means 2 mole, 1 mole is equal to 22.4 liter. Here 2 moles means 2 into 22.4 liters of hydrogen gas, and here 1 moles, that means 22.4 liters of oxygen gas react each others and produce 2 mole, that means 2 into 22.4 liters of water as a vapor. Okay. Now we discuss how to make equation more informative. How to make equation more informative. First thing, you remember that physical state indicated by using symbols. When you write any chemical equations, the physical state of the chemicals that involved in the reaction and the product that produced in a chemical reaction always represent by the symbol. If a reactant or product are solid, use S for solid. If liquid, use L for small l for liquid. If gas, use small s for gas, or small g for gas, or upward arrow line for gas. Okay. If a chemicals dissolve in water and make a solution. This solution is known as aqueous solution. That means water solution. Every water solution is known as aqueous solution. For aqueous solution, symbol AQ are used. Aqueous solution means water solution. Okay. For example, zinc metals react with sulfuric acid, diluted sulfuric acid, and produce zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. You know that the physical state of zinc metal is solid. So the symbol S are used for the zinc. Sulfuric acid used here as a diluted solution. Diluted means a solution which made by the dissolving in water. That means sulfuric acid formed by dissolving in water. It means sulfuric acid is a aqueous solution. So we represent the sulfuric acid symbols AQ because sulfuric acid is aqueous, means diluted. Here zinc sulfate obtained. The zinc sulfate that is obtained is a like a solution. So it represents as aqueous AQ. Hydrogen as a gas. So it represent by the symbol G or arrow lines upward direction. Okay. Next example, and it was a famous example for your class 9th. Okay. Here calcium carbonate. When you heated calcium carbonate, it produced calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. You know that calcium carbonate that is chalk is a solid material. So it represents the symbol S. Calcium oxide obtained is solid. It represented by S. Carbon dioxide is a gas. So it represented by the G, symbol G, and upward arrow line. Next point, next information for representation of chemical equation is if in a reaction precipitate are formed, that means a solid material is obtained in a reaction, then use downward arrow line for the show or represent the precipitate or solid materials obtained as a product. For example, if we take aqueous solution here, aqueous solution of NaCl means water solution of NaCl, and aqueous solution of AgNO3 means water solution of AgNO3. It react each other and form AgCl as a solid. That means AgCl as a precipitate. Okay, because here AgCl is a precipitate, so it represented by symbol S because it's solid and it is the precipitate, so it represented by the downward arrow lines. Okay, and NaNO3 sodium nitrate obtained as a aqueous solution, that means a solution, so it represented by the AQ. Next point is evolution or absorption of heat during the reaction. If any reaction take heat or a reaction which evolved heat, that means if in a reactions heat involved or heat evolved, then the reactions show by writing the thermochemical equation. What's the meaning of thermochemical equation? If a reaction is exothermic, If a reaction is exothermic, means a reaction in which heat release the reaction is known as exothermic reaction. The representation of every exothermic reaction in the manner the reactant, the heat, the symbol of heat, the word of heat added product side in case of exothermic reaction. If in our reactions heat release, the reaction is known as exothermic reaction, and heat which are released during the reactions represent product side, means right side, by the plus symbol. Okay. Next, if reaction is endothermic, endothermic means a reaction which take heat, means a reaction by which heat absorbed. If in a reaction heat absorbed, the reaction is known as endothermic reaction. Okay, endothermic reaction. In every endothermic reaction, the representation their thermochemical equation in thermochemical manner, the heat always added left hand side or reactant side. Okay, for endothermic heat added left side, for exothermic heat added right side, means product side. Okay. Next point, a specific condition of reactions are over or below the arrow. If a reaction takes place in a specific condition, the specific conditions are written above the arrow or below the arrow. Firstly, take the screenshot and note down in your notebook. Here a specific condition means if any reaction take place by catalyst or taken temperature or pressure. The temperature, pressure and catalyst. The temperature, pressure and catalyst are written over or below the reaction. Arrow of the reaction. Arrow means arrow show the movement of reaction. Arrow show the direction of reaction. The reactions produce which directions is represented by the arrow. Okay. Again, a specific condition of reactions are over or below the arrow. That means if in a reaction temperature, pressure and catalyst are required, then the name of catalyst, amount of pressure, required heat written over or below the arrow. Okay, and take a screenshot given content on the whiteboard and write in your notebook and solve the questions given in your NCERT book. Thank you very much.